Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be going over 3 solar stocks that are presenting very good buying opportunities at their current levels, especially given the fact that the entire clean energy sector in general is trading at a pretty significant discount over the past few months. I'm personally a very big believer in the crazy growth opportunity that renewables are going to have to revolutionize the way we produce and use energy over the next decade or so, and as a result think that finding the quality players during times of fear like this is crucial to maximize your investing success if you want to add these kinds of companies in your portfolio. And those kinds of players are exactly what I'm going to cover in this video. So before we get into it guys, make sure to drop a big fat thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. First stock up here, we have ticker symbol RUN or Sunrun. Now, Sunrun has actually been one of the best performing clean energy stocks of 2020 period, given it ran from like $14 all the way to $100 over the course of the year after these guys were able to announce a host of virtual power plant contracts for grid services, and they actually grew their customer base to over 309,000 customers, which is actually a 21% growth year over year. This is actually incredibly impressive for the company as they were able to pull this off despite all the supply chain and logistical issues brought up by COVID-19. And in my opinion, it shows both the strength of the demand of the solar industry in general and also the effective management of Sunrun's management team. The exciting thing about Sunrun is that they offer a battery energy storage service on top of the development, installation, and sales of their pure solar projects, which is actually a whole another rapidly growing segment of the clean energy value chain. Now, energy storage, for those who don't know, is incredibly important to ensure that solar is able to effectively meet the demand of customers. Not only that, but it also provides a medium for power backup when solar isn't available or the grid is down, which again is very valuable for the residential customer segment that is Sunrun's primary market. Now, these guys also closed the acquisition of another huge solar energy company, Vivint Solar, allowing them to expand their customer base to over 500,000 as of Q1 of 2021. Now, looking at the chart, we clearly see the huge downturn the stock has taken from its peak at $100. Now it's trying to trade below its 200-day moving average, but as you can see on the down right here, we're seeing a lot of volume come into this stock, and it's actually forming this little base here for a support level, potentially forming a double bottom. Now anything under $60 for me is actually a great buy opportunity on this guy. As you can see, trying to make a reversal. We see Morgan Stanley and also a lot of other hedge funds and banks actually increase their upgrades and price targets on this company to price targets that are actually falling around $79 to $85 on average. So again, a little bit of a bullish sentiment shift, and I think this can rip really fast. In the long term, I think this is going to be a fantastic player, especially if you want to capitalize on the huge residential market opportunity for solar. Second stock up here, we have ticker symbol JKS or JinkoSolar. Now this is a Shanghai-based solar module and cell manufacturer that provides a fantastic exposure, in my opinion, to multiple different solar market segments, including not only residential but also commercial, industrial, and grid customers. Now this company is involved in much more of the engineering and testing of their solar wafers and materials when compared to a company like Sunrun, which allows it to target a bunch of project developers and system integrators all across the world. These guys are actually the largest photovoltaics manufacturer in the world as of Q4 of 2020, with a total of 70 gigawatt of modules deployed globally. These are customers ranging from India to the UK to the UAE and to Brazil. So clearly this company has built out a solid economies of scale to be able to really ramp up their growth. In their recent earnings reports, that thesis was very much verified after they reported a huge 2% increase in their global solar module market share and a relatively constant gross margin from 2019 to 2020, in a time when most OEMs in this space saw a huge decline in their margins, obviously because of the ongoing pandemic. Now just this year, these guys got awarded Asia's Best Employer Award from HR Asia and also the Green Builder Media's 2021 Green Innovation Award, which truly goes to show the technical expertise behind the scenes working to make the company's operations much more efficient. Now looking at some of the technicals, JKS is actually trading at a very cheap valuation right now when compared to a lot of its peers in the same sector. It's trading at a forward price to earnings multiple of only 1035, which is actually very attractive. The industry average I think is around 30 to 40. So sitting at a $10 PE is actually very attractive for the future. It means that the company's earnings are actually growing and the price of the company is actually coming down, as you can see in the share price. So the PE ratio is coming down. And the cheaper the PE is, it means that the less you're paying for each dollar of earnings, which again is a great thing for investors in the long term. Given this is actually definitely one of my highest conviction setups in this whole industry, and I do think anything under $45 is really a steal on this guy, with the price of sales of under $1, which is also something never heard of in this industry. I think this is a fantastic buying opportunity. The MACD, if you can see on the bottom, is in the basement. It's trying to see some sort of upside, but again, if you're a long-term investor, the technicals really don't matter in the short term. It's more about the entry and entry price. So anything under $45 is really a steal on this guy, and I do think long term this will definitely see above 100 in the next 5 years in my opinion. Third stock up here, we have ticker symbol ENPH, or Enphase Energy. Now these guys essentially design and sell one of the most crucial components that all solar projects require, which are something called inverters. In fact, this company is actually recognized as one of the pioneers in this space, as they've been able to patent and commercialize a unique semiconductor-based microinverter technology, which intends to provide a high cost of efficiency in terms of not only energy efficiency, but also in terms of financial efficiency over some of the traditional inverters out there on the market. And the best part is that this proprietary platform with this inverter technology that they've been able to develop over the past 10 or so years is actually allowing Enphase to develop an entire software management service around this hardware piece. They call this the Enphase Enlighten, and it's a fully cloud-based platform that allows homeowners to essentially monitor the energy generation, consumption, and obviously storage, which is something Enphase also sells through their Enphase AC battery system. And so far, most of their guys' business has been in the United States, but very recently they've announced the launch of their network in the Netherlands, Belgium, and also South Africa, which again, in my opinion, is a big step in the right direction for such a company that's pursuing such technological innovation. Expanding out of the US, I think is going to unlock a lot of opportunities, and it's going to really help them build another economies of scale similar to what I showed you guys with JinkoSolar and JKS. On top of that, they've also secured more capital funding of around $1.15 billion earlier this year to, of course, fuel this expansion through their recent convertible notes offering to major investors, which matures in 2026. And I think the exercise price for these notes is around $305. So I think that should put it into perspective what exactly the potential growth outlooks for this company are over the next 10 years or so. And this is only adding to the large amounts of investors and funds that have already rushed into the stock this past year. Now looking at the technical chart of Enphase, we can see that it's actually traded above a 200-day moving average very consistently for the past 2 years or so, and this in my opinion is a sign of a very high growth company, very similar to what we've seen with Tesla. This one has taken off from like $21 all the way to $230 in a span of a year, which is ridiculous, and it's something we've only seen with Tesla. And I think it's a very appropriate comparison to make because Enphase is potentially a market leader in this space. There's very little competition, and these guys have a competitive edge in terms of their technology and the fact that they got a head start and they've been able to develop this proprietary benefit and this proprietary block against other OEMs kind of entering this space. And the advantage that these guys' technology provides is unique, and it's not something that can be copied by other OEMs, which is very similar to the business case that Tesla has provided, and for the reason why Tesla stock has gone crazy as well. So in terms of growth opportunities, I think this is a stock you can really compare very well to Tesla. Obviously, they're not in the same space, they're not selling the same products, they're not competitors by any means, but in terms of the growth story, I think it's a very similar story, and that's why I'm extremely bullish on this company in the long term. As you can see, it also forming this nice little triple bottom on the chart. It's trying to break out of this resistance around $180, but again, I think anything under $180 in the short term is a great buying opportunity for a long-term investment. My horizon will be anywhere from 3 to 5 years, or even 5 years plus. But anyways, guys, that's really all I have for you in this video with these 3 stocks. Let me know what you guys think about these stocks. Let me know if there's any other stocks you guys are watching or investing in. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.